What initially was your ideas when you first went on The Bachelorette? What made you decide to go on the show?
Yeah, my sister always kind of nagged at me. She's like, "This is a perfect thing for you. You fall in love easily. Like this is your calling in life." So yeah, it's funny. I was watching a soccer game. I'm a huge soccer fan. Midday for my 7 days off work, and an ad came on TV and said, "Hey, we'll be here for the next 2 or 3 hours auditioning for the show. Your last chance." I showed up, auditioned. I didn't really know how to go about it. I was a little bit awkward on camera, I think, initially. And I got a call back 2 months later, and the rest is history. It was a lot of interviews, and I'm just really glad I was selected because it was a great experience.
Wow, that's exciting. Well, The Bachelorette is one of our favorite shows, and I'm sure all of America's as well. And we love watching every week. And I think America fell in love with you as well. So that was exciting to see. How has the reaction been online and everything after the show ended?
The fans, the true fans of the show, watch the show because they do have that bleeding heart wanting to watch people fall in love. And I think the fan base that I've had from the show wants to see me with the right person. And for me, it's going out there and exploring after the show. It has opened up a lot of doors for me. Girls that I wouldn't be able to talk to normally. I walk into a place and people feel comfortable coming up and talking to me because of the experience in the show. And, wanting to see if that guy on the show, the genuine, likable, fun, energetic person is the person I am in real life. And I think that's the case. So it's been really cool just being out in public and seeing that sort of magnetism that is from the show.
That's great. Okay, so if you're walking along the street now, do people recognize you and they're like, "Oh, there's Zach," so they know you now?
Yeah, people definitely recognize me. Maybe it's because of my Jimmy Neutron hair. I don't know.
Oh.
I don't know. There's a lot of people watch the show, and I had no idea how many people watch the show until I'm out in the real world after the show. And it's been really cool because, for the most part, people just want to go up and say, "I loved you on the show. Can I get a picture?" I haven't had any negativity from it. Anybody coming up and saying, "I didn't like you," or whatever it is. Maybe that works with some of the other guys. I don't know. But for me, it's been nothing positive.
Well, do you keep in touch with a lot of the guys from the show still?
I do. I keep in touch with I would say a majority of the guys from the show. Really close with Juan Pablo, of course. Talk to Drew very often. Talk to Michael G pretty often.
Oh.
I also keep in touch, starting to keep in touch more with Chris. Chris and I are really, really close. And for obvious reasons, he's got a lot going on right now with Des and everything. So,
Exactly.
I haven't been able to keep in touch as much with Chris as I'd like. Also with Bryden, a number of the guys. I have some really good relationships from the show.
Very cool. We have to say this is actually, because we've been watching a lot from the season, like all the seasons past, and this is one of our favorites. I don't know why the whole set of guys that were just on the show just kept it so entertaining. You guys were just great, like just a hilarious bunch and just lively and good crowd.
Yeah, I think, and I say this humbly, but I think I was kind of one of the leaders in the very beginning of just making sure that we all jumped out on day one and let our personalities come out.
Yes.
Because when I walked in day one, and I think it really helped for me coming in with the whole shirt off thing.
That made a statement.
Yeah, and it broke the ice for all the guys.
It did.
And, it allowed guys from week one to say, all right, I could be going home at any moment. And unless I go out and put my personality in the forefront, then I'm not going to give it a real shot. And I think for the most part, a lot of the guys did that. But, it took some guys a little longer to warm up. And, some of the guys that I was really close with, like Dan, he's got such a big, great personality, and he just wasn't able to really show that in the short time that he had. He's one of those guys that really should have gone a lot farther.
Wow. Yeah. Do a lot of the guys and you as well on the show, do you feel that pressure to kind of, like you said, be yourself as much as you can and kind of just show who you are quickly in that time frame that you have?
Yeah, I kind of had this running dialogue and argument with a lot of the guys because there was this constant motivation to be yourselves and be true to who you are. And I was kind of always the antithesis of that. And I said, first of all, do you know who you are? And second of all, this is a constantly changing thing. Like, this whole idea of personality is something that it changes in circumstances. And we saw that with some of the guys being different around Desiree and then being different around us. But more than anything, for me, it was about not necessarily trying to portray an accurate idea of selfhood. It was just the idea of going out and every day coming up with something creative and interesting that she could look back on and say, all right, I'm not relying on a conversation to get me in another week. I'm relying on an actual event and an experience that we had together that can help us bond and just beyond normal conversation. So that was my whole idea going into it.
Exactly, and a lot of the guys had to be there for the right reasons.
Yeah, right reasons.
That right reasons song was so addictive. You're just like, right reasons, right reasons. You could just sing it all day.
Man, it's still in my head. I wake up. I need to put that as my alarm clock in the morning on my phone. So every day I wake up, right reasons. Right. I wish I would have been in that rap video a little bit more, but hey,
Yeah.
I got my time with music light.
I know, and working with Soulja Boy, was that a surprise for everybody?
Yeah, when we walked up and they said, you're going to be working with the famous rapper Soulja Boy, and he walks out, and he was jumping, energetic. He just was really blessed. And, you don't expect people to try as hard as he did to include us all on that day, and he really did go out of his way to come up to each of us and spend time, hang out. He's just a good guy, Definitely got that X factor. And the cool thing about watching him is he was like us. He got so excited about it, and he was just very easily excitable, and he just made for a great day.
Yeah. Tell us your favorite part about filming the show, and then your favorite location.
The favorite part about filming the show for me was just having a venue to fall in love. And, it doesn't matter what walk of life or what culture or where you're located on this earth. I mean, everybody loves the feeling of falling in love. And it's so cool to have a production team that helps encourage that, sets you up with these amazing dates, and just keeps their hands off and says, here you go. This is your time. Do it with what you would in the normal world. And it just happens naturally. I don't think a lot of people understand that. They think that somehow the pressure of the cameras influences how you interact with Desiree and stuff, but it doesn't. I mean, it just flows, and you forget the cameras are there. Location-wise, I really enjoyed Madeira, Portugal. It was just a weird, magical place. I mean, it was like you're flying into Jurassic Park or something. It was beautiful.
Very cool, very cool. Now, can you tell us, while you're filming, do they allow, any contact with the outside world? Do you get cell phones you get to use? Do they let you talk?
No, you pretty much, you turn off the outside world for that period of time.
You do.
Yeah, and that's what you sign up for. You sign up that all contact is going to be shut off, and you're going to be completely focused on, falling in love with this Bachelorette. And it's just kind of agreement you make with the show, but it works.
Exactly. Well, were you excited to find out it was Des, and at what point did you find out it was Des as the new Bachelorette?
Yeah, I found out it was Des just before, day before I was going to get out of the limo. And I was very excited. I mean, I had watched only the third to last episode, where it was down to 4 girls. And I knew of Desiree, and I knew that compatibility-wise, she was it for me. And the other girls, it would have been completely different. I don't know if for the better or the worse, I have no idea. But I know with Desiree, that's the one I was excited about. And I was great. I was really happy to hear it was her. And obviously it made it a long way with that.
And do you also hang out with a lot of the Bachelorette and Bachelor people now from prior seasons? Does everyone just hang out and get along now? Because now it's cool to say that you're part of the clan, per se. So, does everyone hang out?
Yeah, it's very true. I mean, there's very few people on this planet that understand that whole process like you do when you go through it. And you do form really close bonds with, obviously, the people that are on there, but that extended family of the people that are on previous shows. Mm-hmm. I've met Ashley Frazier. I've stayed in contact with a number of other Bachelor and Bachelorette contestants from previous seasons. But we're actually having an event in Houston on Friday with Ashley Frazier, Michael G., and myself. So that'll be fun. It'll be great to hang out with those guys.
Oh, that's exciting. What better events, though? I mean, those must be so much fun, like seeing you guys and everything.
Yeah, it's cool because, no matter where you go, there's always a fan base. And especially in big cities like Houston, Dallas, Austin, San Antonio, like Texas is a real big hub for the show. And I haven't really spent a lot of time in Houston. So I was down there a couple weeks ago, and this event should be pretty big. I'm really looking forward to it because it's just so fun to interact with people that know the whole process. I went through it, and I'm obviously excited and passionate about it. And listen to somebody that has watched the whole season and just banter back and forth. It's fun.
Now, if you were given the opportunity, would you do it all again?
Yeah, I would. I really do believe in the whole process.
Yeah.
There's really no negatives to it as far as I was concerned.
Uh-huh.
I was confident about going on and being able to exude my personality easily. Some of the other guys, they had a harder time, and they also, maybe not the best, came out with some of the guys. And I don't know, I do it all over again knowing that, this is who I am, this is who I'm always going to be. It's just I don't have any fear going into it.
Right.
And the possibility for love is there with somebody exceptional. I mean, Desiree and Chris, I couldn't be happier for. They're so right for each other, way more so than her and myself would have been. So I'm really, really happy about that. And yeah, I'll do it again.
Yeah. Well, do you think it's easier to find love on a show like The Bachelorette or in real life?
I think on the show is about the process. It's about the emotions of love and finding love and getting excited about the possibility of sharing a life with someone. And everybody knows, like the whole compatibility aspect of whether or not you're going to work out for the long term. You find that out throughout the show, but mainly when the show's over and you're back in the real world together. I think there's no better place for falling in love than the show.
In the show. Because
it just caters to that. But, compatibility-wise, it takes a lot longer outside the show.
Yeah.
Like, one date you have on the show is the equivalent of 2 weeks of dating in real life. And you only understand that when you've gone through it. Maybe somebody that's done things like speed dating and things like that start to understand how you can't really compact a dating experience in a short time as long as both parties are fully committed and have that same goal in mind. But otherwise, regular dating, it takes a while.
And I mean, The Bachelor, Juan Pablo. I mean, no better bachelor than him. What do you think?
I agree.
What do you think the season has in store? What do you think everyone can expect, or what's going to happen?
Well, I think the girls that are auditioning, not knowing who the Bachelor is going to be at the time. Two things. I don't think they're essentially auditioning for to be a stepmom for Camila, as well as Juan Pablo's companion in life. And I don't know if all the girls are going to be ready for that.
Exactly.
That's going to be a tough thing. The other thing is they should know that Juan Pablo hasn't really dated much outside of the Latin community. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be a big thing. And this is what I'm really excited about to watch, because knowing the type of girls that have been around my world and just, Southern, I've lived in New York and Boston and places, but the American identity of a modern female in this country is somebody who's ambitious and self-sufficient and energetic and lively and spunky, and that's just kind of the identity as far as I'm concerned, as I know. And I don't think he's really been up against that before, so I'm looking forward to watching some little girl from Oklahoma or something come in and just wow him with this accent. It's going to be exciting to watch.
So for that process, do they screen the people like kind of tailored to whoever the Bachelorette is to kind of?
I don't know, actually. I mean, all I know is that when I went through the audition, I found out who it was going to be just a little while before. Mm-hmm. And, I think probably if you asked and wanted to know who's going to be in beforehand, then you can probably, opt out. I'm sure you can. Mm-hmm. So for me, not watching the show really before, I didn't really have any expectations, so just jumped in.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Well, it must have been a great experience for you overall, so that's cool that you did that.
Yeah, it really was.
And now we're going to ask you, like, house superlatives. We want to know who is the funniest of the house.
Funniest of the house. Michael G, without a doubt.
Michael G.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Okay, and then how about the most athletic of the house?
Most athletic would be Chris.
Chris.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Chris or Juan Pablo. They both can do any sport. Yeah, either one of those guys.
Uh-huh. The nicest of the house?
Drew.
Drew.
Even though it may not come out like that on TV, but Drew's definitely the nicest.
Mm-hmm. And how about the most popular?
Most popular? I would say probably Chris.
Chris.
Yeah, he got along with everyone. I mean, honestly, to throw myself in there, Chris and myself were the ones that got along with most everybody, really opted out of the drama. Got to know a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
and really embraced, just getting to know as many people as we could in that short amount of time. So, yeah, I would say Chris.
Mm-hmm. And like you said, so everybody was portrayed exactly how they are in real life then on the show.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't think even Ben and James would complain about that. I mean, it was completely accurate. They had those outlashes when they had them, and I think they're accustomed to having those in the real world. And they'd be the first ones to admit that.
Mm-hmm.
If they could go back and change things, I'm sure they would. But it doesn't change the fact that it was pretty representational of who everybody was.
It's all in the moment, though, as well, too. So the cameras are always with you guys pretty much all the time, every minute, following you guys?
Yeah, I mean, you come to learn that the cameras are always a part of your life,
Mm-hmm.
but unless it's an important conversation, it's probably not going to be used on the show. So, but important things can pop up at any moment. I mean, like the conversation that Casey and Drew witnessed in the car with James and Mikey. I mean, I'm glad I wasn't in that car because I would have had to been involved with the drama. So I just got fortunate in that regard. But yeah, the cameras are always part.
And we have a couple get-to-know-you questions. So first question is, who's your current celebrity crush?
Miley Cyrus. No, I'm kidding. Celebrity crush. This is a good one. I know I just had one. I just can't think of who it is. You know what? That's still probably Julia Roberts.
Okay. And
yeah,
would you get...
a little bit older, but...
Your celebrity crush, would you get nervous seeing her in person, or would you be calm and cool, or...
I think I'd be calm and cool.
Calm and cool. Okay.
Yeah. But I'd probably still be nervous. Yeah, I may be nervous, even though I like to think maybe calm and cool. Yeah, nervous probably.
And the next question is, did you find love after the show yet? Are you currently single, or?
I'm actually seeing somebody right now.
You are?
Yeah, that I'm pretty excited about.
Oh, that's nice.
And it's early. I've been seeing her for probably a month now.
Uh-huh.
We'll see where it goes. I mean, it's I'm very, very optimistic about it.
Uh-huh.
But two lives are kind of funny things to intertwine, and we'll see if we can make it work. I'm still traveling a lot, and she's in school, so I don't know. We'll find out.
Uh-huh. Very cool. Hope it works out for you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And do you have a prized position or something you can't live without?
Prized position, I like hearing that. No, I'm kind of a transient, nomadic kind of guy.
Uh-huh.
I can just pick up and leave with a red Speedo, and the rest of my life would be happy.
And you're good to go.
I'm good.
That's good, because being attached to something, or you don't want to do that. You got to be kind of free spirit.
Yeah.
Better off that way.
I would have probably been good in the 70s. I would have been a good hippie.
Oh, okay. Do you have a favorite fast food restaurant?
I'm not a big fast food person. I don't really want to lose an ab anytime soon because I'm getting older now.
Gotta keep your shape.
Fast food. If I eat anywhere, it's Wendy's chili. I get the chili at Wendy's. I like
good
that.
choice, good
Even in the
choice.
summertime, it doesn't matter.
Okay, well, being in Texas though, Whataburger. Do you eat Whataburger?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
It's, a lot of people don't understand. I mean, Whataburger is like the rival to In-N-Out on the West Coast.
Oh, but Whataburger is so good. Oh.
It's so good, yeah. And I would, I haven't had Whataburger in a while, but I love it. Those burgers are fantastic.
Yes. Okay, when it comes to fast food, though, you can't say no to that. Can't pass on that.
That's true. I won't. Don't worry.
And how about do you cook?
Yeah, I cook. I'm a big fan of Mediterranean food. I would eat. Honestly, like Greek food's probably my favorite food.
And then we also have another question for you for Twitter and Instagram. How do you like using both of those?
This is the first time I've used Twitter, and I'm having a lot of fun with it. Juan Pablo is the one that showed me how to work it.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, this is like, yeah, bro, you got to get Twitter, bro. Everybody's using it. It's the best thing. And so he sat down. We got a Twitter name. Somebody already stole Zak Waddell, so I had to get real Zak Waddell. He said that was the cool thing to do.
Yes, that is cool. That's cool. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah, oh yeah. He's got now he's got a couple 100,000, but even before the show, he had like 30,000 Twitter followers or more. So
wow. Now we're seeing on Instagram you two singing in the car. This is very entertaining. We like this.
Yeah, we started that in Miami for the first time, and we got a lot of people who were loving it. Well, more than that, I don't think either one of us really. Once we post something, we just kind of post it. I don't think we really look back and see how many likes, or I don't read a lot of the comments. I have been more lately, but it's fun for us. Watching that back, it was hilarious. And then there was one we made with Camila in the back of the car. We made a snow cone video of my parents' snow cone truck. We have a blast. Anytime we're together, we have that same sort of energy and like creativity. We have a blast. So if there's one thing that I'm grateful for throughout the show is really meeting him. It's been fun.